Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video, and this one we're talking about why your targeting, like audience targeting, doesn't even matter if you have like shit ads basically. But let me just get straight into it, can't I? As I said, a good ad creative creates demand, and targeting I feel like only delivers it, because most people have it in reverse order. They try to engineer like the perfect audiences in like ads manager, but the ad they're showing, that audience is uninteresting, it's unclear, or even forgettable. I feel as if you can't really hack your way into conversions if the ad doesn't deserve attention in the first place. Like, this is why I feel like creative is more important than really your targeting on your ads manager. Obviously, Facebook Meta algorithm, it's not stupid. It uses a machine learning and AI to find who's like most likely to convert. Like, AI is growing every single day, but what it can't do is fix your messaging, your design, or even how boring your product looks. The algorithm can optimize for performance only after it detects strong engagement, for example, clicks, hovers, views, saves, etc., stuff like that. So if your ad isn't generating signals, there's nothing for the algorithm to really learn from. Like an example here, you can have a good creative, no, example here, born creative, like you have a perfect lookalike audience, whatever strategies you use, 0.4 click-through rate, CPCs are $2, maybe closer to 3, your CPMs are 90 and you have 0 sales. Or something, example, you have a clean visual, like a good creative, like broad targeting, only doing 18 to 35, CTRs are like 2.1, under $1 CPCs, and 12 CPMs for free sales. But this is a disclaimer: you might see this and be like, oh yeah, creatives are the most, I know I've said it, but you might see this and be like, oh yeah, creative this, creative that. I know I say it, but creative isn't the end all be all, because this is because you can't just rely on creators alone, because ads don't convert, the websites do the conversion, you know what I'm saying? Even if your ad is like has a high, is doing good, high click-through rate, low CPCs, you won't see results if your landing page is confusing, the project page looks slow, loads slow, your speed times, which I think you can check on Shopify or like certain like websites. You know, checkout process like feel sketchy and not even trustworthy. And I said again, and there's no urgency or even trust, like no reviews, like bad like writing, bad copy on your page, stuff like that. For example, you can have a engaging creative but slow build, poorly, like just a shit website, and it's just, you can have a high click-through rate but you have low sales, you barely get any sales. You can have a boring creative, like a terrible creative, a good fast clean website, but you get a few clicks but just no traffic, you know what I'm saying? Or you can have a strong creative, a high converting site, an essence, sales growth, like it just like, you know what I'm saying, just good sales basically, in a sense. Like, those two need to be dialed in, I feel as if, because both creative and website are mandatory, because one drives traffic and the other like converts it into obviously sales. But for the purpose of this video, I'm only focused on creative's side of the equation, because I feel like most people never even get past that stage, or most people like don't even understand like the process to even get past that stage, like the first step. Because you can't test your site properly if no one's even clicking through it in the first place. So you need to dial in on your product displays, your emotional hooks, and just visual storytelling in a sense. But never mind that. So yeah, stuff like as I was saying, stuff like this, the example I gave you, happens all the time, and people think that ad didn't work, instead of being like, I was asking them, did the creative even work yourself? I'm saying, just having a different mindset to that stuff. And yeah, this is like, I feel like a lot of people get into this situation. They like changing, or like, bro, like the ads manager part is the easiest part in the whole like marketing side of doing something for a brand. That's the easiest part, but I feel like anyone can do it. But actually the creative side of like, you know what I'm saying, websites, content, just the whole marketing, email, SMS, what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Because changing audiences is simple. It's like, it's just a few buttons, you know, just a few clicks. But improving the creative takes actual thinking, like messaging, design, strategy, and testing. And that's why I feel like a lot of people avoid it, or like they like half-heartedly do it, because it requires more effort. But I feel like it's the most controllable like lever in your ads, because it's the like I said, it's not the end all be all, but it is very important. Um, Now this is things your creator has to do before you even start touching targeting. I feel as you need to make sure that you have like visually stand out in the first 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds, because that's like I don't know what I think that's like when someone scrolls, like you really have only like 2-3 seconds to really like capture their attention. And obviously with video it's different, but with like an actual picture you need to be able to, like, as soon as someone sees it, I'm saying in the next like 2-3 seconds they need to be able to like, yo, I fuck with this shit, you feel me? But yeah, you need to match the platform format, obviously ensuring that you have the right aspect ratios, and obviously mobile first, the most important one. I think this is self-explanatory. Also clearly show the product, not just vibe or aesthetic. And this is something that I experienced when I was first doing it. I would focus so heavily on I was focused so heavily on putting too much shit on my shit. Does that mean? Now I was focused so heavily on like adding so much stuff, adding all these like images, adding all these effects, designs, whatever, text, and then I realized when I look back at it, you could barely even see the product. You know what I'm saying? Like the text, the things I added, were covering the main product. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm saying, but what's that? But you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, make sure that you can clearly show the product. Obviously, evoke curiosity or desire. Like, why should someone choose this brand? Why this product in general? And just like make someone imagine ordering it. Like saying like, this will look hard on me. And you just really do that just through like having models. You know what I'm saying? Different models, different poses, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And these are practical actions I take to stress test my creative. You can use a checklist if you guys want. I do the stop scrolling test. Where I ask myself literally, if I saw this between like two IG posts, would I pause even for a second? Clarity test within the first 2 seconds, like I mentioned above, within the first 2 seconds, can I tell exactly what the product is, how it fits, and why it looks good? Number three, curiosity test. Is there one element that makes me want to click for more? And this is like, I've explained this before, where you do zoom effects, where you legit zoom into, like, you have like an arrow or like a bubble or circle, where you zoom into a specific detail in the product, and like, yo, like like what's the main unique selling point for this product? Is it the color? Is it the acid wash, the rhinestones? Is it like a custom logo, whatever? You know what I'm saying, what's the unique selling point? And that's just like, that's mainly a curiosity test for me. And like I said, if it even fails one of these, you need to go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying, I'm really like I said, it doesn't have to be like perfect, like fucking industry level perfect. You know what I'm saying, but just make sure that you can like checklist through this stuff, and it's like, if you add like if it like yo, I even got a word for, but like if it like matches this basically. Yeah, and I think common creative weak spots people have is the fact that like stuff like their font is too small for mobile view, not optimizing for that. The product is too far away. People can't see what they even buying. The background is cluttered, like it's messy, doesn't look nice, and it doesn't match the brand's tone. Like you can't, like I've said this in my, I think in the previous video, you need to optimize for the brand and for the aesthetic for that brand. Like you can't make shit like but what's I feel I fucking was, that was up I was gonna give, but make sure the vibe matches the creative and the brand, if that makes sense. It should make sense, but I don't know if I explained that well. Also, no sense of urgency or benefit. You know what I'm saying, offers, stuff like limited stock left. You know what I'm saying, free shipping, over orders over 100. What else do you have? Just free shipping in general. First 30 or first 30 or pre-made, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just giving people an incentive to want to buy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the last part I put here. Yeah. So now to end it, don't blame your targeting for something creative was supposed to fix, because if you're not getting the results you want, you shouldn't even be touching your ad set first. Instead, you need to look at your ad. You need to look your ads through the eyes of like a complete stranger and be unbiased about it. Because if it doesn't earn your attention, it won't even earn clicks, no matter how good your targeting is. You know what I'm saying? And it really is as simple as that, even though it's not. I know I always end it with like simple as that, but obviously this is not like it's not really that simple. But yeah, you guys should like go over this shit and just like look through whatever I said here. You know what I'm saying? But without further, and also like I said, go over my other videos. I think I've made 3 videos now on creatives. Look, this is the first one, second one, third one. Go over those to make sure you have a better understanding for this video. And yeah, go over that shit and make sure you guys study this shit. You know what I'm saying? I study this shit. But yeah, I'm ending on there. I haven't got enough more to talk about except for that. Obviously, like I said, like creative website are both mandatory. Like I said, but even like even the example here, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't have obviously having your good targeting also is good as well, but also like you need like it's just pieces in a puzzle, and that make sure that every piece is correctly fixed and like makes sense. I explained that so badly, but just making sure that everything's dialed in basically is that entire the video. But yeah, appreciate you for watching. We'll step shit for like going to me. We'll see you in my next video. Peace.